Hello, it's good to have you join us again for your favorite program. This is Close Flow, coming to you from NTA2 Lagos Network Center. And like we always say on this show, it's always our delight to have you join us as we again unveil another interesting and exciting theme on how this country, Nigeria, can become one of the greatest nations on the face of the earth. Now, what exactly are we driving at? Are we saying that Nigeria can actually become a major stakeholder when it comes to global interest, global command, global orders, or global economic aspirations of all persons? That is the question we are asking ourselves. And on this show, we take delight in saying to ourselves that we bring distinguished personalities, especially Nigerians. Yes, we have brought some other personalities who were not Nigerians onto this show, but who are very distinguished in their own different fields of life, to come into the studio and share with us their own perspectives on how we can change the narratives on our humanity. Today, again, we are going to be doing that on this show with all of you who are watching. We are going to be borrowing, as it were, the brain of the founder and pioneer lead of the Great Mind Synergy. Great Mind Synergy. What's it about? Are we saying that our minds can actually be conditioned to project the energy we share with the rest of the world? Or are we saying that the energy coming from others can actually subdue the capacity of what our minds can prevail upon? Now, we don't have the questions. No, we don't have the answers. We only have the questions. We have the queries, just like you. We have the quest to find out from our very brilliant-minded person, what exactly are we dealing with here? And so we are asking ourselves, what values do we share in our communities and amongst other humans? Are we looking at the natural man or the man-made man? Are we looking at the real man or the artificial man? Are we looking at, well, the true man or the robot? Are we looking at, so what are we looking at? We are going to be asking ourselves all these interesting conversation, because that is a new future you are going to be stepping into. But if you are not too old, that is, you will step into that future. But if you are young enough, that is the future. You don't have a choice, but you must step into that future where artificial intelligence and the human intelligence must cohabit on how we run the world. So the question now will be, is Nigeria ready for the near future? Can Nigeria participate effectively when we cannot even supply electricity? Can Nigeria be a defining element in that near future when we don't have pipe-borne water to give health to our citizens in rural Nigeria? Can Nigeria actually be a part of this near future when ordinary Boko Haram cannot be overtaken? Now, so these are the questions our distinguished guests will be dealing with. We are just going to be here on your behalf as Nigerians to ask him what the future holds for all of us. So stay with us. When we come back, you get to meet who these distinguished, brilliant, and, well, as it were, on this program, you just have to be exciting to be on this show. Exciting Nigeria is all about. Stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. And so we have in the studio a gentleman, OFFIKWU GABRIEL, who incidentally is an author and also the lead, the pioneer lead of a movement, the movement that says to you that take control of your mind and you can be sure your future is going to be different. Gabriel, you're welcome to Close Flow.
Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure.
Thank you very much. Now, let's quickly understand what this is all about. Gabriel, you said, let's start first. I love your name, OFFIKWU. What does that mean?
Don't be a slave to death.
Don't be a slave
to death.
That is, don't let your mind be so enslaved that you are afraid of death.
Exactly.
Now, why should we have that kind of a name?
Yeah, unfortunately, you see, society around the world has been projected in so many directions. As a result of this, many people perhaps they lack the true understanding of what it is and what it means to live a life full of happiness. Also, when you think of death, what's the first thing
that comes to your
that
mind?
comes to your mind? So it's interesting, and it's also a thing of great worry to many people that don't understand. Actually, death is not a hindrance to man's greatness.
Please say that again.
Death is not a hindrance to man's greatness. Your hindrance to your greatness is fear. So,
Gabriel, you're a young person.
So,
are you telling the old man who is being afraid in the village, are you telling him that he's the one holding himself down?
somehow, he needs to understand, he needs to realize where he is. That at any moment, your greatness lies within your mindset. So first of all, death is inevitable. So
Yes.
what should you be afraid of?
Oh, that is being rational. You are saying death is inevitable. So why should we be scared of it?
Scared of it. So I think it's the fear of living this life unfulfilled that makes people to be scared of death. But naturally, if you are someone who understands where you are going, if you understand the values of life, in short, you will be communicating with death. And even at death, you'll be smiling.
Well, all of you, you get to ask him all the questions later. Let's just understand ourselves properly. He says, even when you see death, you'll be smiling. I don't know how many of you actually will be ready for that. But now, quickly, Gabriel, you said the natural man and the man-made man. What is that?
See, everyone, we are all humans.
Yes.
And every one of us is capable, and we have the legacy of being natural. And that is the way the Creator has made us to be. So we are all natural in terms of perfect being. It's not about the structure that we carry as human, but there is something that defines the totality of who you are. Yes, and that makes you perfect in your own realm.
Okay, wait, let's understand this. When you say perfect, so whatever niche my talent is,
yes,
I'm perfect in that.
Yes.
So as a presenter, for instance, I'm perfect to be.
Exactly. That's because your mindset is a product of your reality. What am I saying is that when you build your mind, your reality will be shaped based
On that
value. It will be shaped by the values that you uphold. And so when you don't understand yourself, what life
are you living?
And also, what life are you going to build for yourself and for your society?
Wow. Okay, we need to put it on the street. Gabriel, let's put it on the street.
Okay.
We have street boys, you have area boys, you have, you know what I mean? We know how these hooligans.
Yes.
You are saying to me that.
Sorry, no, they are not hooligans.
Okay.
So go on.
All right. Gabriel says I shouldn't say hooligans. They are humans, but behaving differently. Okay, great. Now, so why do you think they have such mindsets or that kind of disposition to be on the street and not live properly? Why?
It is very simple. Now, the question I will also ask you, why are you not on the streets?
I choose not to be.
Good. That's also the product of your mind, subject to the way you are brought up. If I am raised in an environment where there is no street
life,
will I be
tempted to go on the street?
So I cannot. So these are all products of our reality. And to be honest with you, all these things exist as a result of human lack of understanding. Now, some people created that for their own interests.
For their own benefit.
Their own benefit, exactly. So, and once that is done, now it becomes a way of life for other people. Those who would have originally not even be a part of that kind of life, you see them because there is always a